I am running for president of election, as you know. It's only a couple of days away. And this is, that time of year when you just never sleep. And I haven't slept in about 2 weeks. But it's worth it. One of the things that I love about this job the most is the ability to serve people, to do it aggressively. I have a great staff. And we just counted up the number of individuals that we've helped since I got into office. It's 90,000. 90,000 individual cases that we just take the baton, run hard to try to remedy whatever their situation might be. Many times I'm able to turn those problems into federal law. You might recall David Goldman's case when his son was abducted. I was so disappointed in how poorly the State Department handled his case, and then lo and behold, I found out they handle every case that way. I even, at one point in the floor speech, I don't know if you watched Seinfeld, but one of my favorite... Yeah. Well, remember the Penske file? That was one of the ones where George Costanza is helping Penske, and he doesn't do anything for him. He's got this file, and he's always holding it. I got the Penske file. Penske himself comes into the office, he goes, I got your file right here. And that's the way they handled David Goldman's case and every other case. So I wrote a law. It took me 5 years to get it enacted, called the Sean and David Goldman International Child Abduction Prevention and Return Act. And what it does is hold countries to account when they show a pattern of non-cooperation with bringing kids home. Do the custody in the place of habitual residence, like here in Monmouth County, for David and his son Sean, but don't allow people who abduct children to find safe haven in your country. And we've now got a lot more of these cases resolved across the country because of that law. It took 5 years to get passed, but it was a direct outgrowth of casework. And it is making a difference. I've done it with other issues as well, like International Megan's Law. One of the bills that I'm happiest about, because of its impact, is the Homeless Veterans Comprehensive Assistance Act. In 2000, I've always made a lot of veterans and work on veterans issues. I've written 14 laws to help our veterans. But I became aware of just how lack of responsiveness on the part of the VA and really society to all of these men and some women. About 98% of the homeless were men. And a lot of them had PTSD, chemical dependency issues, drinking, drugs, whatever. And the pivot was their service, particularly those who were deployed into combat service. So I held a whole series of hearings on the issue. And I'll never forget one of the guys who was with the 81st Airborne said, I knew I had hit rock bottom when I lost my home. And everybody on the committee said, boy, that's got, we're thinking, as was I, that had to have been tough. And then he said they towed the abandoned car that I was living in away. He was out on the street living in the back seat of a car. And this is a man honorably discharged, had a family, and he was one of the few lucky ones who got into a program for the VA and got back up on his feet. But many never had that. When I did the law, I wrote the law, the number of homeless veterans was about 295,000 on the street any given night. It's now about 40,000 on the street any given night. Far too many still. One is too many. But we've made a huge, huge impact with that legislation. It provides job training, homes. The domiciliary care, as we call it, is a very intensive effort to get someone into a place, safe haven, where they can get their life back. Have peer counseling, particularly with veterans, And so that law gives and gives and gives. And matter of fact, while I was holding the hearings, we had some doctors come in and dentists and testify. So if a veteran comes in and signs up for this program, comes off the streets, and there's aggressive outreach to do so, they get a full mouth rehab. I mean, very often one of the first things to go are the teeth, and it affects digestion. Obviously, if you go to try to get a job and all your teeth are broken, how are you going to get a job? So they walk around, something like that. So this is an effort to say, comprehensively, we want you back, and it's working very, very well. One of the bills that I wrote, I've written 4 of them, and the 5th one will be, I believe, adopted by the Senate as soon as we go back into the lame duck session, is on human trafficking. I wrote another law called the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, and it is our landmark law on labor and sex trafficking in the United States and around the world. It's a whole government approach, and it is making a huge difference. The estimates are about 20, and right here, Monmouth County, Mercer County, my home county, throughout New Jersey, the traffickers, without this law, would have free reign to buy and sell women, turn them into commodities, and then to do sweatshops and the like with the labor trafficking side. The estimates are 25 million, out of 25 million people that are in modern day slavery today. We've had thousands of prosecutions pursuant to the law. I wrote 2,000, and I've written three since, so it's a total of 4, and the 5th one is most likely to be signed into law sometime in December. So, just one brief thing on writing laws. I am a very, very aggressive lawmaker. The estimate, the Library of Congress tracks who actually writes laws and who introduces bills that go nowhere. I rank second in the entire U.S. House of Representatives of turning bills into law. And one of them...
Congratulations.